Whenever we have a partner like Snowflake in the mix, that it does allow us to work together to go faster. Customers don't have time to go along this odyssey every time someone brings up a new use case or needs to solve a new problem. And so what we are seeing customers do is build curated sets of partners that they trust, build the foundation that we talked about already, and then layering on top of that, partners who can add value along the way.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Data Cloud Now. I'm currently on the show floor at the Javits Center where I'm now delighted to be joined by David Zember, SVP of Worldwide Alliances and Channels at Qlik. David, such a pleasure to sit down with you today.
Yeah, it's great to be here. It's good to meet you.
Looking forward to diving in, David. Qlik's mission is to create a data literate world, which feels more relevant than ever before. We're seeing a major shift in the market, moving beyond historical dashboards to what you call active intelligence. From your perspective, what is driving this need for businesses to get real-time, actionable information directly in the hands of decision makers?
First of all, thanks for having me. Look, I think we can all recognize and realize that the world is moving very quickly.
Right.
Probably a more dangerous, more interesting, more whatever, in a lot of different ways, right? And so I think the thing that's driving a lot of this is sort of the nature of the decision making. And I think we want to push as much of the decision making as close to the customer as we can get it. So in a situation like retail, we want retail associates to be able to make these decisions at the point of a decision in a store or in a manufacturing floor in that situation, or a banker can make a real-time decision. And this is becoming table stakes for a lot of enterprises. Used to, you could sort of concentrate decision making into handfuls of people and they could sort of run the business and make decisions. But the nature of the way business is run today, we can't do that anymore. And so, so pushing the decision making close to the edge, empowering those people. I think in that next iteration, you're going to see a lot of those decisions start to be automated. Things that we don't need a human to make a decision. We can automate those, or we can prescribe an action and help somebody sort of navigate changes during the day or whatever, something like that. So I think that's sort of what is driving the need for better, actionable analytics driven by what we offer in our platform with the associative engine. Sort of helps us do that, make decisions at the speed of sort of the human thought with our solution. Yeah,
great.
Does that make sense?
Great perspective, and it makes a lot of sense. And David, in your role, you oversee Qlik's broader ecosystem of customers and partners. But with that in mind, how does Snowflake's easy, connected, and trusted platform fit into your overall strategy? And how does it allow your broader customer community the ability to do more faster? And I would love to hear a couple examples.
We've invested a lot in our Snowflake relationship. I don't think it's ever been better. And I think we'll continue to do that. We'll continue to invest. We're true believers in ecosystem selling. And what that means to us, customers don't have time to go along this odyssey every time someone brings up a new use case or needs to solve a new problem. And so what we are seeing customers do is build curated sets of partners that they trust, build the foundation that we talked about already, and then layering on top of that, partners who can add value along the way. And so this is the pattern that we're seeing in a lot of places. We see this with our retail customers that I mentioned, whether it's REI and Urban Outfitters and the in-store experience. We see this with our credit union customers. In a lot of cases, we've got a nice partner who works a lot with the credit unions. And this is what they're seeing. You invest a lot of time and energy and effort in sort of getting the foundation right. That allows you to respond very quickly to requests by the business to do different use cases. And whenever we have a partner like Snowflake in the mix, that it does allow us to work together to go faster. And we don't have to worry so much about the quality of the experimentation. Sometimes we can fail fast, but I think doing the experiments, getting a lot of that work done ahead of time gives us a chance to go a lot faster with the customers when they're trying to iterate.
Well said, David. Great to hear about that broader ecosystem at work. David, as you look forward, AI and augmented analytics are becoming central to this overall data foundation story. How do you see AI-generated insights evolving to make data even more accessible and proactive for everyone in an organization?
We're really excited about agentic as the future. So we do believe that the future is agentic. In fact, I was reading a piece from McKinsey, I think back in June, about the future of work is agentic. Really, the future of everything might
Right.
be agentic. And that piece is really talking about the way we think about agentic employees alongside of
Right.
our human employees and what all of our org charts will look like. Super interesting. But I do think, sort of that future around agentic AI and building AI applications is going to be the way we surface insights with natural language, and the way the applications are built are going to really change the way people think about their analytics. And so I do think it sort of goes back to, how do you ensure when you deal with agentic apps or AI apps that you're getting an answer that you trust? And we see this early in a lot of the projects in the early days of some of the agentic work. Some of the things that happen are actually quite funny in terms of the hallucinations and the incorrect answers and that sort of thing. But we are seeing people come to a realization they have not invested the right time and energy into the data foundation. And so we're going back now with a lot of customers and sort of revisiting, how do you think about your data foundation? How do you make sure you have the quantity of data you need? The quality is high, the trustworthiness is high. We're super excited about the opportunity that our iceberg strategy that we'll bring to the table with Snowflake. And so I think all of those things together sort of set us up in a way that we have a better chance of success with a lot of the agentic offerings, especially the way people think about analytics.
Very much need that top-down approach to be successful. David, I really enjoyed our time here today. What's next for Qlik?
Well, I think we're going to continue to double down on our ecosystem relationships. You can see that as sort of in the Lakehouse offering, with Snowflake being a launch partner. We asked a question in a room full of maybe 200 delivery people among our GSI customers, and we said, who's doing an iceberg project? This is maybe 6 months ago. And we expected, 25%, 50%, 90%. Over 90% of the people raised their hands. So we know there's a lot coming at us in the world of iceberg. And so the Qlik Open Lakehouse gives us a chance to sort of meet customers where they are, give them a chance to focus on outcomes, business value, not so much on trying to, wire up the lakehouse. And so the Qlik Open Lakehouse, whether it's ingestion or sort of the management of the lakehouse, native integration to Snowflake services like Cortex, all these things are super important to us. And so that's where we'll spend a lot of time. We love power of 3 and power of 4. So when we do work with our GSIs and with our partners like Snowflake and Amazon, we see a lot of value come from those engagements. We just think there's a lot of opportunity, and that will sort of grow exponentially when we start to work on a lot of the agentic offerings. So we're excited about that. And that's really where we're going to invest our time and energy.
Well, David, I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next. Thank you so much for joining me here at the show floor here at Java Center.
Awesome. My pleasure.
And for the audience watching, I'm Ryan Green with Data Cloud Now. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you out there.